Hi, I'm B-Rad. Welcome to the B-Rad video show. Today I have a special topic I want to talk to you guys about. It's something that's been on my mind a little while. I'm a game collector, and so it's a situation that's been coming up and something I've been wondering about. I searched a little bit on the internet for other people's ideas and stuff, and I couldn't really find anything. It was hard to find a good topic. Like, I kept finding stuff that was not what I was looking for exactly. So anyway, I decided to do it myself. What I want to do is talk about game collecting and collecting the same game on multiple consoles. Is it something you should do if you're a collector? Yeah, you know, what do you guys think about that? Anyway, I'm going to give you guys some examples, and then maybe we can talk about it later on in the comments or something. Anyway, here we go. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Same game on different consoles. Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 4. Again, same game, two different consoles. This is Batman Arkham Origins for PS3 and the Xbox 360. Is this necessary? Saints Row the Third. Now, just so you guys know, I don't typically do this. The reason why I have doubles of some of these games is because I've received some game donations. And a lot of times I get a bunch of games I don't have, but every once in a while I get one I already have, but it might be for another console or something. So, just so you know, that's not really my thing. Here's another example. Batman Arkham, the Arkham Asylum one, the first one, and Game of the Year edition, both of them, but for different consoles. Now, like I was saying, that's not really my thing, because if I have the money to buy a game, I want to buy a game I don't already have. There's so many games I want to buy right now that I don't have. So that's really what I want to do. Like I said, I have received some game donations, so I've got some doubles on multiple systems because of that. I'm also considering trading some of them, because there's games out there that I don't have at all, not even one copy. So that's what I'm interested in. Like I said, though, a lot of these are game donations. There have been times in the past, though, where I have actually bought a game that I already own. And there's maybe a reason why. And I'm going to give you an example of some of that, too. Actually, this was not one of them, but I want to talk about it anyway. I received the Xbox One as a donation, and I bought this one. Actually, I didn't even buy it. I got it for Christmas, so awesome. Anyway, like I said, received his donation, but in this case, owning them both, I don't think it's necessary to own them both, but having this one is definitely better because it's for a superior system. And it's not like it's an HD remake or anything. This game came out at the same time as this one. They were released on multiple platforms and at the same time, and so you could get this one or you get this one. I don't know why you would want to buy both at the same time. I wouldn't. I'd pick, well, if I only had an Xbox, I'd probably get the Xbox One, but if I had both, I'd get this one, because obviously it's for PS4 and it would look way better. Okay, here's some examples of some games that I have bought multiple copies of, and you can probably see why. Anyway, you can tell me in the comments whether you agree with me or not. Okay, now this is Resident Evil Revelation. This is for the Nintendo 3DS. And this is Resident Evil Revelation for the PS3. And the reason why I bought multiple copies of this is that originally I bought this one for 3DS, because it originally came out for 3DS. That's how I wanted to play it. It wasn't out for the other systems at first, and I thought it was amazing. Plus, I just wanted to try Resident Evil in 3D, right? I thought it was really cool, and I really enjoyed it. But my girlfriend, Roxy, she loves Resident Evil games. She loves playing them with me. We played a whole bunch of them together, and actually, she more watches me play them, but she totally loves watching them. She doesn't like watching me play Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. But Resident Evil, she's always enjoyed. So we sit down and I'll play, and she'll sit and watch me play it. And with the handheld, it's kind of hard for her to sit there and like watch over my shoulder or sit beside me. So that's why I ended up getting the PS3 one. You know, we can play it on the big screen TV and stuff, and it was really cool to do. I enjoyed playing it, and I'm sure she enjoyed watching it. Plus, I thought this was a really good throwback to the original Resident Evils, but that's for another video. Here's another example. Love my Resident Evil games. This is Resident Evil, the very first one. It's actually the director's cut for PS1, and this is Resident Evil for GameCube. Now, I already owned this one, and I ended up buying this one eventually later on, even though I already own this, even though it's still the original first Resident Evil, because they added new content to the game. They updated the graphics. It's not just an HD game. They created like the background scenery was a change. They added new rooms. It wasn't a brand new game, but it was definitely not just like an HD remake with the graphics, you know, looking a little prettier and stuff. I'm a big Resident Evil fan, so I guess I didn't mind doing it so much. It took me a little humming and hawing, but I still ended up getting it anyway. And so that's an example of where I have splurged and got a game that I do technically already own and can play, but I'm sure everyone would agree that it was probably a worthwhile purchase. Okay, here's another one. This is Jurassic Park for Sega Genesis, and this is Jurassic Park for Game Boy. I actually wish I had the SNES one so I could do Genesis SNES, but this one's actually very close. The game is close to the SNES one. It's just green and it's on a Game Boy. Now, the reason why you'd want to own this one, or maybe both, is because the Jurassic Park for the Genesis was a side-scrolling game. You could pick the human character, you could pick the raptor, you could play different characters in it, and it was a completely different game from the Game Boy one or the SNES one. They were both top-down games, kind of like a Zelda game, and you had to search around looking for items, similar to something like a Zelda game or any other overhead RPG-style game. So again, this is not an RPG, it's an action game, action side-scrolling platformer, where this was more like an RPG overhead type game, and the SNES one as well. So that's two different games to me. They're both called Jurassic Park, but they're two different games. So in this sense, this is why I got more than one copy of this one. Okay, here's another one. I got Skyrim for PS3. I loved it. I know it's probably not the best version, but I still love playing it anyway. And then I ended up getting Skyrim for PS4, the VR version. You know, I know there's the PS4 HD one. That's for another video. HD updates. I could talk about that another time. This is for PSVR. Like, it's a virtual reality. So, of course, I've already played Skyrim, and I thought it was amazing. But playing it in virtual reality, I know I went and bought a game I already own, but this is, I think that's a pretty good reason. So, whatever. You can tell me what you think about that in the comments. Playing it, it's really cool. To actually feel like you're in the environment is amazing. So yeah, a lot of fun. I spent some extra money. Actually, I did. I actually ended up getting this one as a gift, so that's really cool. But anyway, I was highly considering buying this one, and probably if I didn't get it as a gift, I probably would have spent the extra money to buy it. Okay, now I briefly mentioned HD remakes. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on that probably later. But here's one that I guess falls almost in that category. I got a Metal Gear Peace Walker, and then I have Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, right? So it is HD. It's got 3 games on there, and again, the reason why I did this is very similar to the Resident Evil one, where Roxy, she loves watching me play Metal Gear as well, because it's very cinematic, and it's a very fun game, so she enjoys that one too. So, you know, it's hard for her to watch me play the one on my PSP over my shoulder, or sitting beside me, you know. Playing on the big screen TV way better, and just me personally, I love Metal Gear, so I didn't really have a problem buying this. Of course, I waited till the price was down. I didn't buy it for full price when it first came out, but there's another one that I kind of splurged on. Now, there's also PC gaming. I know that sometimes, I'm not really much of a PC gamer. I played World of Warcraft for a couple of years, but outside of that, I don't typically play too much PC gaming. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are PC gamers, and sometimes they'll buy a console game just because the console games will come out earlier a lot of the time, and it gives them a chance to actually play the game and enjoy it for a bit. But PC gamers will prefer the PC version of it. There's usually modding and stuff like that. The graphics are way superior and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I completely understand it and stuff. Just me, typically, I'm a console gamer and I love doing that kind of stuff. So, but there are times where a lot of PC gamers I've read online will have multiple copies of games because of having to wait till the PC game comes out and then wanting to mod it later on when it does. So it kind of makes sense to me, but like I was trying to say, like I guess the whole category of this, or the whole topic of the video is, you know, buying multiple games for like different systems. Like, do you do it? Do you not? Do you think it's kind of crazy to do it? Like I was saying earlier, I don't really want to do it. I've received a few donations. I've done one in a few in some special cases, like I gave you some examples of. But typically, I'd rather go buy a game that I don't already own. And, you know, who wants to go and go, oh, I'm going to go buy a new game. Okay, I'm going to put it next to the one I already have, or, you know, somewhere else on the shelf, but I can already just play it. So I want to buy games I don't own. Anyway, what do you think about this? I know there's a lot of... Okay, one other thing I do want to mention, actually, before I wrap this up, is there are game collectors that collect complete collections. And that's not me. Like, I don't have a problem with that, and I think it's really cool, those guys that do it. I just, like I was saying, I want to collect games I want to play. When you complete a whole collection of games, you have to buy the good games, the bad games, and if you're doing it for multiple systems, you'll be getting games for that you already have, just on a different system. So there's something to be said, I guess, for video game preservation with these complete collection collectors. So I do think it's kind of cool, but that's not really what I want to spend my money on. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up. What do you think about that? Please mention in the comments. I'd really love to hear your feedback. I know there's so many different people out there that collect, and so many different viewpoints on a subject like this. So I'd really love your comments, no matter what you think. Do you agree with me? You don't? I don't care. Or maybe I do, but please comment anyway. I'm not going to know whether I should care or not unless somebody leaves a comment. So please, comment. Anyway, if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the like button, also subscribe, and tap that bell icon to get more updates of the B-Rad video show. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.